Hi, my name is Angelique, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Please stop what you're doing and click like on this video. Share it if you feel this information will help someone. Subscribe. You will not regret it. I have chosen one videos, spiritual experiences. I have narcissistic abuse videos on my channel from previously. Zodiac, general zodiac traits, lifestyle, plenty of a broad selection, but mostly based on self love, healing, and spirituality. Okay. If you want to donate to me to keep me running my channel, please do so. The more donations and the more phone session bookings I get, the more information I pump out. If you need a phone booking with me, because you need someone to help you start your healing journey or your spiritual journey, or you need someone to talk to about narcissistic abuse or spirituality or anything that you're going through in life, you can book me. And all that information will be in the description bar or in the comment section. If you don't see it, comment at me and I'll reply to you. All right, let's get into it. This is gang stalking at work. Woo, child. Okay, so gang stalking at work can be horrible. Why? Because unfortunately, man made money and we need money to sustain, to live on earth. If not, we'll be what? In the streets, right? Nobody wants that. And this is why I feel like chosen ones should do better as entrepreneurs. Okay. If you're a chosen one, um, whatever the world is doing, you should try to do the opposite. I'm not saying y'all can't be lawyers and doctors and all these different things, but just know that when you choose that life path, you're probably gonna be tested a lot. Okay. If you're not being tested, that's amazing. That's great. I'm glad you're protected in that area. But a lot of chosen ones don't really make it in that 9 to 5 lifestyle. And if they do, they go through a lot at jobs. They switch careers, they switch jobs. They take a lot of abuse, they take a lot of BS that maybe other coworkers aren't going through. And this has been my life. I used to think, oh, maybe I'm just unstable. Maybe I'm not committable, but that wasn't it. I noticed that at every job, I had this issue. But it also taught me how to stick up for myself. So that's something that a lot of chosen ones who they were very passive aggressive in the beginning of our life, in the early stages of our life, we're very passive aggressive, especially if you're like an empath or you went through narcissistic abuse or you grew up in an abusive home, chosen one. um you are passive aggressive. You're not a punk. You still got that shadow side hiding inside of you, but you just haven't released it. Okay, so a lot of chosen ones have an imbalance of their feminine, their masculine, their light side, and their dark side. Okay, we need both. You can't just walk around being light, 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 nice, nice, nice all the time. You cannot do that. You have to know when it's time to be nice and when it's time to turn the hell up on people. Okay, that's how God is. All right. If y'all say in the Bible, God flooded the whole earth. So why is it that you are letting people mistreat you? Flood them, okay? So that's something that chosen ones have to learn. They have to learn the balance of their masculine and feminine, and they have to learn when to turn up their shadow side, when to turn up their dark side, because we need to protect ourselves. If not, people try to take our light, they try to run over us, and that happens at the workplace. So I'm gonna say about 2017ish. Yeah, about 2017. I um I went out looking for a job and I got hired in the customer service department for a major retail company. Okay, and I ain't gonna say the company because I'm not about to put myself out there or them out there. They don't need that type of promotion. But yeah, so I was specifically hired only for customer service. I didn't even apply for that department, but for some reason they wanted to put me in that department because people kept quitting in that department because it was the hardest department in the store. Okay. Anyway, so this was a big store, but I did not work in any of the departments. I didn't work in shipping. I didn't work in the front. I wasn't no cashier. I didn't work in the jewelry department. I sometimes didn't even know what things were in the store because I just clocked in and went straight to customer service. The only department that I knew about was customer service and the shipping department because I would have to give people their online orders. That's all I knew. I didn't even know what items were in the store unless I purchased it and that's how I knew. But anyway, just to give you that rundown of the environment of the store. So there's hundreds of coworkers, and it wasn't a lot of black people at this store because was like in a Jewish, I would say it was weird, like a Jewish Indian neighborhood. Okay, so a lot of Jews, a lot of Indians, and then because it was close to Long Island, New York, so you got a lot of Russians who came in, a lot of Italians who came in, at this particular location. All right, so I had to deal with a lot of racist white people. Unfortunately, um, I had a lot of horrible things said to me at work. I don't have nothing against white people. A lot of white people are on my channel. You know, I love y'all, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm being honest here. So I went through a lot of racism. Yes, even me being a light skinned black woman, I went through a lot of racist things said to me. Okay. I went through a lot of psychological BS with my white coworkers. Okay. And that was my first time actually having to work with a lot of white people. All right. So it took a lot of patience and a lot of silence in order to get through my day. Because if not, I would just keep feeding into the racism and the bullshit. Right. Okay. So it was a Guyanese Indian woman who was the manager at this location. She was a store manager at this location. And I would say all the managers were mixed up. They were black, they were white, they were Indian, they were Hispanic. It was a mixture, okay? But as soon as I walked in, I felt like as soon as I walked into that store as a chosen one, when you go to this job, it's almost like people know you before you even get there. I was I would just be standing in customer service and people would walk by and be like, "Hey, Angelique." And I'm like, "I've never met this person. I've never seen this person." They knew who I was. Why would they know who I am? I just started working there. I don't know. So this is what you're going to go through, chosen one. When you get to a job, everyone's going to be like, "Psh, psh, psh, that's the new girl. That's the new girl. That's the new guy. Who is that? Oh, where they from?" Da, 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 da. It was weird. All the black coworkers wanted to befriend me, and I'm like, y'all don't even know me. I could be crazy. I could be a thief. When I would go to work, I would dress up, and a lot of times I would wear a head wrap to work too. I wear my African head wraps. I wear my wigs. I wear my makeup. I always had makeup on every single day. I always looked, fashionably cute or whatever the case for work. Didn't was on uniform or anything like that, and that caused a lot of ruckus and attention. And I would say I was pretty much noticed immediately. So chosen ones, no matter how much you try to hide, or even if you dress down or you dress up, these people are going to want to know you. So I had all these different people at work of all nationalities, all races, trying to find out who was this new girl, Angelique, who was she, and asking, "Oh, let's hang out, let's go do drinks at the work." Like, whoa. And for months, I was just like, no, 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 I'm busy. I was trying to avoid. Every time I turned around, there was some coworker trying to befriend me. So you're going to get that. You're going to get that attention. Every manager They're going to be looking at you, watching you, even the store manager. Oh, your hair looks nice. Where'd you get that lipstick? Da 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 da. Always just talking to me. And it was weird because I'm definitely a person that likes to clock in and clock out. I don't like to befriend. I don't like to talk. The only people I wanted to talk to was the customers. That was it. All right. But this type of energy, it it backfires, right? Because you understand that when you're a chosen one, people want to harness your energy. They want to control you. They want to talk to you like you're some dog in the street. Okay. They want to talk to you any old kind of way. And I always had eyes on me. Always had eyes on me. And it was crazy because there was people at this particular job who were stealing. They was having sex in the building. They was using gift cards, doing all kind of fraudulent stuff. But for some reason, all eyes was on me. So I did have an issue with being late. I'm a person who's always late. It's terrible. Working on that. When I'm on time, people are like, "Are you okay?" But I've gotten better with that. So that was the only thing they had on me, was that I was late. And then eventually they were like, "Oh, we're gonna write you up because you're late." So I stopped being late. They had nothing to complain about, right? And what happens is, at these establishments, they mistreat, especially in retail or customer service, they mistreat their workers, right? And because you're the chosen one, you have such a huge influence. You don't even realize that, but you have such a huge influence. One, when a chosen one walks in a room, we like have this royalty boss energy to us. Okay. So here I come walking in there. I'm this big black woman who has this royal boss energy that is like, respect me, but she's cool too, basically. But they never seen my dark side. That's the problem. And this is why you always have to show, yes, I'm of light, but don't F with me either. And I kept that light balance too much. I never showed them my dark side. That was the problem. And I even had like customers try to test me, and then I would say something and that would be it. They wouldn't even report me to the store manager or any other manager, because I would speak in that authority, that godly authority came through, and they'll be like, okay, I'm wrong. Okay, so the chosen one, you have that energy to where when you speak, it is so. Okay, so just like when God spoke, it was light. Okay, so you get that attention at work, and I was definitely getting that attention at work. But it's when you finally tap in to your chosen one authority, that's when you're gonna have issues. Okay. And because you are a hard worker, okay, you can be left alone. Chosen ones are good workers. Okay. This is why we make amazing entrepreneurs. We can be left alone. We can get the job done. We get in, we get out. Okay. And we can speak to people. We know how to speak to people. All right. And what they started doing was, I was doing a 3-man job. So people were quitting like from left to right. I remember at one point, 8 people from the customer service department quit. And on my shift, there's supposed to be 3 workers. They were purposely leaving me by myself to do the whole shift alone. Okay. So this is what they're going to do. All right. And this is when the gang stalking began, right? The gang stalking began when I finally complained about the mistreatment, right? So when you are that person that speaks up, you trigger a domino effect, chosen one. So what happened was I started speaking up, and then other coworkers in other departments started sticking up for themselves, getting more ballsy. And I had a couple of people in my department quit, and they were like, "You know why I quit?" And I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Because of you. You inspired me to quit." And I'm like, "What?" And they're doing well. One of them, he's an accountant now. He's got a bomb apartment overlooking the city. Another one left. She's working at a bank. Another girl left. Now she's working for a lawyer. I mean, you are going to trigger people. So when you go to these jobs, chosen ones, even if you end up staying, your words are so powerful that you influence people to do better in life. Okay. And it's like when you say something, it becomes law. This is why people get pissed off with you when you write something online, or when you say something to family or friends. They're like, "Don't say that. Don't say that." You know why? Because when you say it, people listen. That's the thing. That's the gift that God has given you. When you speak, multiple people listen, and they take your word almost like it's the Bible. Okay, they take your word like it's almost God's word. It's like, "Oh, you can't say that, you can't do that." I had too much influence at this job. Okay, the next thing I know, every manager was gang stalking me. Okay, from the even before I would even walk in the building. Okay, I could be standing outside. A manager will walk out the door and be looking outside to see who's walking in, clocking my time, trying to stop me from going on lunch, would purposely leave me by myself in my department, and I had no break, no lunch. I would have to call other people from other departments to come and take over. Okay. Um, there'll be girls who would come to work with a little mini skirt. If they sneeze, you could see their coochie. But I came to work, it was summertime. I came to work with like a shirt that had, you could see my top of my shoulders, and they act like it was freaking I was naked or something. Okay. They're gonna hit you in every area. Your break, they're gonna try to mess with your schedule, okay? And then they're gonna try to go to corporate with you, but they couldn't go to corporate because I actually was doing my job, right? So one day the store manager, she came to me and she said, "Oh, when you're done with your work, I need you to take these things to the other departments." I said, "Hell no." She said, "What you say?" I said, "Hell no." I said, "When you leave me here for a whole 8-hour shift by myself, which is supposed to be three people running the department, I never call you for backup. You never send anyone for backup. When I need to go on my break, you don't send anybody for backup. You can call corporate." But she knew that if she called corporate and told them what was really going on, they would be in the wrong. They'll say, "Well, what department does she work for?" Customer service. "So what is she doing in juniors? What is she doing in jewelry? She doesn't belong there." This is how it goes on in retail. This is how it goes on in customer service. But a lot of people take the abuse, but the chosen one's not going to take the abuse. So I was being gang stalked by every manager, store manager, the assistant manager. The assistant manager was okay. He was a brother, a black. He was a Haitian dude. Okay, even though they say black people put stick together, it wasn't like that here. He went online looking for reviews of the store. He found one bad review about me, and it was basically about a person coming to pick up their package, but that's not my department. Okay, that belonged to the shipping department. They were mad because they felt that I should have stopped my customer service session and go run and get their package. But I was calling the shipping department to go get their package. Basically, that was what the review was. I told them they had to wait until the shipping department came to get their package. So they wrote a bad review saying I had a bad attitude, I didn't help them, blah 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 blah. And it was something that happened all the time because the shipping department, they wasn't on their stuff, right? They wasn't on up to par. So he calls me all the way to his office, all the way downstairs in the basement to his office to say, "Oh, do you want to see this review I saw online? Yeah, we're gonna have to probably fire you for this review." And I'm like, fire me for one bad review? Okay, whatever. It was BS. They're gonna do that. They're gonna try to threaten you, threaten to fire you. They're gonna mess with your money. They're gonna mess with your schedule. They're gonna start making up things. They started saying that I was stealing time on my lunch break, and they would anytime I would go on lunch or a break, they would send a manager to come and spy on me and sit inside of the lunchroom, the cafeteria, to see did I clock out and then did I clock in on time. Okay, it was that serious. If my break was over and it was like, okay, say if I left at 2 and my 15-minute break was 12:15, at 12:15, at 12:14, okay, 2:15, 2:14, there will be a manager calling me over the loudspeaker. Oh, Angelique to customer service, Angelique to customer service. I felt like I was in jail. That's how it is, okay? They're gonna gang stalk you like crazy. Why? Because you're the influence at work, because they can't control you, okay? They can't treat you like a slave like everybody else. You're not gonna go for that. The chosen one is not gonna go for that, okay? And a lot of people, when the chosen one comes in the business, they're going to lose a lot of workers because of the chosen one, because the chosen one is going to expose the crap that goes on. I'll say at least 80% of the people that were there when I was there last in 2019, they no longer work at this particular store. Okay, it does break you down, but when this starts to happen, start job hunting, get out of there. They will try to break you down. There's people who are spiritually weak. They will want to, take their own life. They get sick. I did get sick, by the way, from the stress. Um they try to change my department. They try to make me a regular cashier. Okay. They mess up my schedule. So I remember it was Thanksgiving Eve. They had me working and I got off at 11 o'clock, and then they put me on a schedule for the next morning to come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. I did not come to no work at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got there like 10:30. I did not care. Like, are y'all stupid? Y'all got me leaving work at 11 p.m. And it takes me an hour and a half to 2 hours to get home. You get home, you gotta shower, you gotta eat. What? Are y'all stupid? And think I'm gonna be to work the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning? I don't drive. I got there when I got there. They tried to not give me my break. I cut my register off and I walked downstairs and I ate. Okay. I did get sick, guys. They didn't break me down mentally, but I did get sick. My cycle came and it was there for 5 months. I had my cycle for 5 months. So this, gang stalking, stressing you out, this is no joke. This stuff does break down people, and that's what they want. They want you to kill yourself. They want you to get sick. They want you to be stressed. They want you to be miserable. They're going to do everything to try to get you to quit. Okay? My advice to you, anything that happens, if we got today what we have recordings, okay? Record things that are going on, secretly record them, voice or visual, report everything. If you have a corporate, if you have HR, report everything, okay? Gang stalking at work is no joke. It was non-stop. These people were stalking me at work. It was no peace, and it wasn't even worth it. It was not worth the money. It was not worth the time. And that what I put in I put in my time. They kept asking me like, "Oh, we heard you're going to leave soon. Can you tell us when you're going to leave?" And you know what they did? I put in my 2 weeks because that's the kind of person I am, and they gave me one day a week up until I was leaving. So they played with my money. So you know what I did? I wasn't supposed to, it was December 21st I was supposed to leave 2019, and because they played with my time and my money, I quit on December 6th. Okay? So, yep, I quit December 6th. I had to go to the ER. I ended up having to get a blood transfusion. It's not worth it, okay? I was so stressed out. It triggered my PCOS and I ended up bleeding. I ended up having my cycle for 5 months straight, guys. Don't let these demons play with you and gang stalk you and all that stuff. These people thought I was not going to be able to survive. I'm actually more blessed and doing more now. I have more now and traveling more now than I did when I had that trashy ass job. Okay. Sometimes it seems scary, like we can't leave these jobs or we can't start our own company or something like that, our own business. But you're the chosen one. You can do anything. I'm not saying it's not going to be an easy road, because it's not going to be. But it's 2022. I have not worked for anyone since 2019, and I'm very thankful. And it's so funny, how the pandemic hit. I was like, I should have been quit. So everything happens for a reason, chosen ones, and gang stalking comes from everywhere. And this was probably one of the worst experiences I ever had. I really did, um, just negative coworkers and so-called people who I thought was my friend. They really just wanted to get close to me because they wanted to get into my life. I end up dealing with a coworker there, and that blew up in my face. And people were trying to figure out, I don't think it ever really fully got out, but people were definitely trying to figure out what was going on. There were rumors, but because I kept a stern face and I never confessed to him, I never claimed him, and I don't think he ever claimed me, is the reason why, it didn't really get out. It didn't really mess with my work. But yeah, gang stalking at work is serious, chosen ones. And when you start seeing that energy shift, it's time for you to remove yourself, okay? Don't forget to donate, and don't forget to book your phone sessions. All that information will be in the description bar and in the comment section. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace and blessings.